things that spiritual people love to say. Oh, I don't judge, or oh, I'm not judging. Come on now though. Is that really true? I mean, yeah, I get it. We can hold a compassionate space for someone and be there as a pillar of support, but to say that we are above judgment in its entirety, superficially it might sound enlightened, wise, non-dual, but we're often judging. We're often filtering things through our own unique lens and totality of our life experience. And we can use lots of different words to make it sound more palatable, like analyze, discerning, discernment, but they're still typically all forms of judgment. And for whatever reason, somewhere along the way, judging got labeled as being not very spiritually mature or spiritually advanced. But perhaps the issue isn't judgment itself, but unconscious judgment and how it is that we're judging. Because judgment itself, that goes way back into esoteric spiritual Egyptian philosophy, where after death, our heart would be weighed against the feather of Ma'at. And this judgment was overseen by a pantheon, a panel of Egyptian gods, or the Neter. And if the heart was lighter than or equal to the feather, the weight of the feather, that is, one's soul would be positively judged for what would come in the afterlife. But if the heart was heavier than the feather of Ma'at, the judgment was not so fruitful, and you'd be consumed by the devourer of souls. And that was typically not the desired outcome. So I would say that it's okay to judge, and it's not just a mental thing, but from one reference point, a biological function. Our body is constantly judging, constantly scanning the environment. Is this safe? Is this trustworthy? Is this true? And then also, mentally, it's doing our best to not judge from a place of looking down on others, but as a way of reading what feels in alignment and what doesn't. So I'm fine saying that I judge, but I do my best to filter it through the heart, through the lens of truth, consciously, with compassion, with as much awareness as possible of my own shadows and projections, and also paying attention to what my judgments are actually revealing about me. And that's important, because where are we saying that we don't judge and it's actually a mask of avoiding any discomfort or owning our preferences or our biases or our own values? Is there any kind of subtle moral superiority or emotional repression that might be entwined in this idea of non-judging? There you have it. Judge me all you want for judging. But really, may the feathers of Ma'at help us to guide our judgments. That's the video.